are we responsible for our children, for the way they are right now? 100% absolutely we are. And I will tell you why. My oldest son, when he was little, like 1, 2, he would fall or bump his head or, whatever, things that babies do, little kids do. He would look at me and he would look at his mom and he would cry. He would look at us first. But because we were new parents, I was 23 years old, man, and I had no role models to look up to. My upbringing wasn't really I didn't have those people in my life to be good role models. Let's just put it that way. I had no idea what I was doing. Neither did my wife. She had no idea. She was in the same situation that I was when I was younger. But we had no idea what we were doing. And I've always wanted to give my kids everything that they ever wanted because I didn't have it. But I learned really quick, especially with my second. But anyway, back to my oldest. He would fall and he would look at us and we would be like, "Oh my God, are you okay, buddy?" He would get a little fever. Oh, straight to the ER. Everything. Oh no, he got hurt. Boo-boo pads, band-aids, the whole 9. Didn't want him to feel any kind of pain. And I love my son, I do. But he's 8 now, and he's a little bit on the softer side because of that. And I'm working on that with him to be a little bit more aggressive. My youngest, however, is 4. And when he was a little kid, like a little kid, 1, 2, and he would fall and he would bump his head and he would get hurt, I would say, "You alright?" And he would cry. Or I would tell him, "You're alright, buddy, get up. You're not hurt, get up." He would giggle. Every time he fell, he would look at me. What do I do? Do I cry? Am I hurt? I instilled that mentality of, "You're fine, dude, get up," into him. Now, obviously, if it was bad, yeah, like, take care of your kids, make sure that they're not dying. But you have to let them get hurt in life to know what life is about. They have to experience good and bad. If you just shelter your kid all their life, they're gonna grow up and be that dude off of Harry Potter, the little fat kid that wants everything, Dudley. You're gonna have little Dudleys running around that are expecting everything to be perfect in life for them, and it's not life. Let your kid ride their bike and fall and scrape their knee. Let them do stuff and get hurt and realize that this is life. Like, experience life. Toughen them up a little bit. Obviously, don't push them off a bridge. But if your kid wants to go jump off the diving board, let him. We were scared. So when Noah, when he was like 3, he would wear a life jacket because obviously he can't swim. Nor can he touch the bottom of the pool. And he would be terrified of getting his head underwater. Terrified. And I would try to, dunk him in there and he would flip. My wife's mom's boyfriend, he's wanted to put him in the pool. He picked him up and tossed him. I mean, he was wearing his life vest and those people in the pool and everything. And I was like, oh shit. And Noah went underwater and he came back up. And he opened his eyes and he started laughing. And now that's all he loves doing. Every time he gets near a pool, he'll run and jump into the pool. Just like your kid's afraid to eat something or he says, "Oh, that's nasty," make your kid eat what they don't like eating. "Oh, I don't like that." Dude, you've never even tried it before. You're either going to like it, but you're going to try it. You're going to try to do something. I love watching my kids do puzzles. My oldest, he likes Rubik's Cubes. He's got all kinds of Rubik's Cubes, big octagon looking things, triangle ones, a mirror one that has like shapes instead of colors. He loves them. And I love watching him play with them because he'll get frustrated because he can't figure it out. And then all of a sudden he starts getting it. Like puzzles. He loves puzzles. And I like watching him do the puzzle because he's using his brain. He's trying to accomplish something. And that is a huge problem in today's society. Most of my generation and the younger generation have not accomplished anything because their parents gave them everything in life. We give our kids what we never had in life. And what's happening? Our whole paradigm is shifting into a bunch of weak, pathetic people that can't do anything for themselves. And we have no sense of purpose. We have no, like when I build something, I feel accomplished. I feel really good about it. You ever notice when you make food at home, it tastes so much better? Not just because it has real ingredients in it, but because you made it. When you do something yourself, you feel accomplished. You feel good about it. It's that dopamine, the endorphins, like releasing dopamine into your brain, saying, hell yeah, I did that. And they've just replaced it with flashing lights on the screen now, with notifications on Facebook. Or somebody posted something new, or Twitter, or X, or whatever it's called, or any of those things. Instagram. I don't really have any of those, so I don't know. But anyway, it's the same thing as that. They just took it away from us doing it ourselves. They have created this entire society of just lazy people that get whatever they want. We are becoming those people off of, what is that movie where everybody's really fat, laying in chairs, and the robot's cleaning everything up? I can't remember. It's a cartoon movie. I can't remember. But anyway, what is that movie called? It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think about it. I can't remember. But that movie depicts where we're going in this society. We are becoming an overweight, lazy society that has no morals and doesn't care about anything. We don't have any accomplishments. People go to work, they come home. They go to work, they come home. That you don't have a hobby in life to where you can do something, where you can use your hands to do something. And the only thing that people do with their hands is they're on their phone scrolling through stuff, watching other people do stuff. And it blows my mind to watch people get joy out of watching reality shows. And letting your children watch reality shows thinking that's real, when none of that shit is real. You know, when a baby was, back in the 90s or whatever, babies, you give them a pacifier. You give them a rattle. Something to preoccupy their mind. Let your kid cry. Let your kid be bored. Let them explore their imagination. Let them think for themselves. Instead, you know, infants, 1-year-olds, 2-year-olds, 5-year-olds have cell phones. They might be chewing on them when they're a baby. You turn Coco Melon on, or Bluey. I mean, little kids shows, sure. Bluey, I actually didn't really like Bluey. I think that's for adults. But limit your screen time. I would say maybe a half an hour a day. I'm not a scientist that knows exactly how long kids should have, but I know these kids that have cell phones at 5 and they're on them all day, literally 8 hours a day on Facebook or watching cartoons all day. It is destroying their minds. And it's our fault as parents because we let these children do this. Even if you don't have kids, if you're an uncle or if you're an aunt, or you see one of your friends' kids that are doing this, don't be a dick about it, but like, just tell them. It's the same thing with my wife. I told her for years she needs to drink water. She never drank water. It was Mountain Dew for the longest time. Then it switched over to Dr. Pepper. And now she's finally coming around. I kept after her. Drink water. You need to drink water. You need to drink water. And it's always these excuses. Oh, I am drinking water. It's in my coffee. Oh, it's in my soda. Not really. These people have excuses for their children. Oh man, it keeps them quiet. So because you can't tolerate a little kid crying, that shows how weak you are as a person. You can't, oh my God, this kid won't be quiet. This kid won't shut up. This but whatever. That's what kids do. My kids ask me 1,000,001 questions, and I love it because that's how I was when I was a kid. I asked questions every day about everything. Why it works like that? How does it work like that? How can I make it work differently? Why does it do that? And I encourage every kid I ever meet in my life to ask questions, to never stop asking questions about why, when, where, and how, and what can I do to make it different. Because if you just tell them to shut up all the day, or you just give them a cell phone, or a tablet, or a TV, or a video game, they will stop asking questions. Things will stop getting invented. Your children's lives are being destroyed intentionally with all of this garbage that they keep being fed into their brain, and you're not doing anything. You think of it as a blessing. Oh my God, my kid's finally being quiet. Thank God. And it is destroying their brains. When they grow up, they're going to be so socially awkward because all they know how to do is text each other. You got kids in the same room talking to each other on a cell phone. They're too lazy to use their own mouths. When's the last time you actually had a conversation with somebody, or your kids, or watched your kids socially interact with other kids? It's like weird fart noises and emojis and shit. Like that's what they say. I'm not saying I'm the best speaker. Obviously, you can tell I'm not the best speaker. But I know how to communicate with other people. I know how to have it, interact with people and be empathetic and sympathetic with people and understand people and listen to them. I don't agree with half the people I talk to, but I still can have a conversation with them. And that's another thing that's wrong with our society today is people, because I don't agree with your opinion, it's, oh, he must be a bigot, he must be a racist, or he must be this, that, or the other. As we just have different opinions, man, that's all. I know people that are best friends, but they're total polar opposites. One of them could be Satan and one of them could be God, but at least they can communicate. Like kings of old, where they could still communicate, even though they were slaughtering each other's people, they could still communicate and hold a conversation. We can't even get along with our neighbors because, they don't mow their grass. And your kids grow up and they see that. They see these toxic parents cussing out people, saying all this stupid shit to people, gorging their faces all day with candy. And us as parents let it happen. Us as uncles and aunts let it happen. When are we going to stand up and say enough of this? It starts with our kids. Everything that is going on right now in the world, there's a reason they're not attacking us directly. They are attacking our kids. 16, 18 years doesn't really sound like a long time, but that's a whole new generation coming by. So in 15 years, the kids that were born during the pandemic, they'll be voting age. Has anybody thought of that? In 15 years, not even 14 years. 14 years if a kid was born during the pandemic. 14, 15, something like that. They'll be 18, 19 years old. ready to vote, ready to do whatever these people tell them to do. And they have been so socially wrapped up in everything that's going on, they must believe it's true. That's the way the world works. Is there's cat people, there's dog people, there's people that identify with liking pans or whatever that one means. I don't know what pansexual means. Every time I think of that, all I think of somebody like in love with like a skillet or something. But the point is we're letting these kids believe fairy tales and nonsense. I don't even like telling my kids that there was a Santa Claus. I feel weird about that. Or a fucking Easter bunny. Or a tooth fairy. And I know we all grew up with that. I did too. I grew up with Santa Claus. But I don't understand why parents lie to their kids about stuff. Like I get, I don't know, I guess financial stuff. I wouldn't lie to them. I would just tell them it's none of their damn business. Money-wise, kids shouldn't be involved with that, I don't think. Not until a certain point, but I wouldn't be talking about my own personal finances to them. I would teach them how money works and how the economy works. Other than that, how much I make is none of your business. How much I have in the bank is none of your business. Talking to your children. But we have no morals to teach our children anymore. We have no ethics to teach our children anymore. We don't have anything to teach our children. How many people do you know that take their kids outside and teach them how to tie knots and shoot a bow and shoot a rifle or throw a football? You know, you got some dads that go outside and throw footballs with their kids, and then you have other dads that are playing virtual football with their kids. Oh, I'm spending time with them. You're not, man. This virtual reality shit is... I said this before, we're going to go into the Matrix soon. And everybody laughs. Oh my God, these dudes fucking crazy. The Matrix, that would never happen. It had to start somewhere in the movie, right? The people had to start somewhere. They had to start out of the Matrix before there was a Matrix. The way we let AI run everything for us. Hey Siri, do this for me. Hey Siri, do that for me. These kids just tell the computer what to do. Sooner or later, it's going to be the computers telling us what to do. And we're not even going to realize that they're telling us to do it because we're so content and happy. It is a time for parents to take a stand on your children, even if you don't have children yourself. Stand up for our kids. The crap that they're teaching in schools right now is atrocious. Luckily, the school I'm in isn't doing a lot of the weirder shit. Not yet, anyway. But it's only a matter of time. That's why I'm looking into homeschooling. I'm doing my best with having a full-time job. I'm learning how I can homeschool with still having a full-time job. I'm doing the best I can with it. You know, I'm trying to get my wife to help me with it. She's afraid she's not smart enough, and I understand that. I get there's fear there. You know, I'm scared of it too. I want my kids to be around other kids to socially interact. But at the same time, I don't want them to be around these kids in this school that are learning this shit, because I don't want them to know, or not even, I don't want them to know, but I don't want them to think what's going on is acceptable, because it's not. And I tell my kids all the time. And you can say, oh, well, you know, your kid can just be whoever they want to be. It's their life, they can be. But it's my responsibility to teach them how to be and why you need to be like that. If they want to choose a different path when they get older, that's fine. It's not my life. It's their life. All I can do is show them the right way. The way I feel as a parent, it's my responsibility to show them that way. And if they don't want to do it, I can't stop them. But I'll never stop loving my children. I'll never stop caring for my children. And that's why I do what I do, because it is my responsibility to be there for them, to show them right and wrong, and not just give them a phone when they won't shut up. Make them do their chores. Make them have responsibilities. Make them learn how to do stuff with their hands. Get involved with stuff. Do physical activity with them. That is my job as a parent. And it's your job as a parent too. Or an uncle. Or an aunt. Or a grandparent. Or whoever. It is an adult's obligation to raise these children to become better people. And when you're not doing that, you're not helping the situation with what's going on. We got a lot of shit to do. We got a lot of work to do with our kids. And it's time we all stand up and actually do the right thing for them. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great evening. I will talk to you later.